Yes, Joe Biden's VP announcement finally happened, and he named Senator from California, Kamala Harris, as his running mate. Hola, mi gente linda. I am Silvia from Tono, Latino, and it is my passion to talk about politics and make it easier for you to understand everything that's going on. So make sure you subscribe to my channel and turn on the bell so you get notified every week when I upload a new video. Let's talk about Kamala. She was born in Oakland, California in 1964. That means she's 55 years old. Her mom was born in India and her dad was born in Jamaica. They met at UC Berkeley, and later her mom got a doctorate and became a breast cancer researcher, and her dad got a doctorate and later was an economics professor at Stanford. She has one sister, Maya Harris, who's also a lawyer and a political advisor, and also officiated Kamala Harris's wedding in 2014 to corporate lawyer Douglas Emhoff. He is the most adorable and supportive husband you can ever imagine. So if you want to learn more, you can follow him on Twitter and on Instagram. Doug has 2 kids from a previous marriage, and they call her Momala because they don't like the sound of stepmom. She attended Howard University for her undergrad and then got her law degree from UC Hastings College of Law. After she passed the bar, she was hired as a deputy district attorney in 1990, and then she was elected in 2003 as San Francisco district attorney. Then in 2010, she was elected as California Attorney General, and then in 2016, she became a California senator. She is the only Black woman serving in the Senate, and she's the first Black woman and the first Asian American woman in this country's history to be a candidate on a major party ticket. And she's also the first HBCU grad. Check the link underneath this video so you can learn more about Kamala Harris's stances on different issues like immigration and gun reform, marijuana legalization, etc. Now, it is important to remember that she might have changed her position over the years, or let's face it, she might have made some mistakes. But let's get to why you're here. Let's talk about some of those issues. Harris was a sponsor on Bernie Sanders' Medicare for All bill. Also, during one of the presidential debates, she said she was in favor of ending private insurance. But later, Harris withdrew her support for Bernie Sanders' bill and retracted her remarks about the private insurance. She came out with her own plan that put her to the right of Bernie Sanders, but also to the left of Joe Biden. Where is she on climate change? During her presidential campaign, she released a $10 trillion plan to address climate change. The goal was to have net zero emissions by 2045 and 100% carbon neutral electricity by 2030. She also wanted to end all fossil fuel development in public lands and by 2030, preserve 30% of the nation's lands and oceans. Comment below and tell me if you're registered to vote in November and if you know exactly what you need to do to make sure your vote counts. Kamala Harris now supports the legalization of marijuana at the federal level. She is a huge advocate for stricter gun laws. For example, requiring that anybody that sells more than 5 guns conduct background checks. She wants the U.S. Congress to repeal the Protection of Commerce in Arms Act, a 2005 law that protects gun dealers and gun manufacturers who have violated the law from being accountable for gun violence. In recent years, Kamala Harris has been a huge proponent of an overhaul of the criminal justice system because it disproportionately affects people of color. During her presidential campaign, she promised to eliminate private prisons and mandatory minimum sentences. And this was part of her broad proposal to end mass incarceration, specifically aiming policies that disproportionately affect Black and brown people. Now, her time as San Francisco District Attorney and California's Attorney General has been under a lot of discussion and debate. And that's why I did some additional research on this topic. And I found an incredible article, an op-ed by a public defender who faced Kamala Harris in a lot of cases. And she actually says that Kamala Harris was the most progressive prosecutor in the state. So as San Francisco district attorney, she refused to seek the death penalty, even in the case of a beloved police officer who was tragically killed. And marijuana cases were routinely reduced to misdemeanors, and marijuana possession cases didn't even make it on the docket. So I'm also going to include the link so you can read more about it in the link in the description below. Now, as California Attorney General, she declined to enforce the 2008 voter-passed ban on same-sex marriage. So her support for marriage equality came 6 years before the United States Supreme Court made same-sex marriage legal throughout the US. The president of Human Rights Campaign, an LGBTQ rights organization, said that Kamala Harris was an exceptional choice for VP, right? Remember to visit the link underneath this video to learn more about Kamala Harris and where she stands on many of the issues you might be interested about. Do me a favor and smash the like button, and don't forget to subscribe and turn on the bell so you get notified every week when we upload a new video. Nos vemos la semana entrante. Un abrazo. Ciao.